Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. Sometimes things can be written as a book unto itself, and there's really not a lot you can say about it because it's wicked.
Right. It is wicked. It's just one of the things that blew my mind was to sit there and watch people testify and either deny what they knew and lie, like, because I watched people lie, or they didn't know the difference between neglect and abuse. And it's like, how do you not know the difference? You're an educated human being working in the school system. You should know. This should be part of your training, period. You know? So, very dark. I mean, it took us 2.5 years, 2.5 years to find a judge in the county that we're in because each of them had somebody work in the school system. So they kept recusing themselves. And then at the end of the whole thing, I sat on the news, got to watch the lawyer for the county sit there on the news and call each of us liars that we made it all up. And I mean, it just, oh my gosh, it's just so that's really hard when you're dealing with a child who's broken because what someone else did to them, you know?
And what's really sad about it is when it happens like that, sometimes it just feels like you're being punished rather than the people that did the wrong.
Oh, absolutely. The justice system is not, at least at that time, it just, it's not prepared to help the innocent, especially children, you know? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I really lost faith in man. I lost faith in God. I lost faith in the justice system. And, I still don't have a lot of faith in it, So I would tell anyone who is dealing with something like this, you need to really think about it before you decide to go forward with any kind of like legal action. And I think what gets more action than seeking a lawyer is probably going to the media and bringing things to light
Yeah,
and calling
and
them out.
yeah, for sure. It's why I barely watch the news these days because it's all
Oh,
politics stuff.
no, I know. I agree. Yeah, buddy.
Can't stay here for long
Why?
because the girls are playing.
That's okay. We're fine. Okay.
That'll be in the blooper reel, obviously.
Yes, I know. Well, that's what real life is about, right? I mean, we just keep going. We have to work through parenting and doing things that come up, and so my show is live too that I do, and there's interesting things that happen sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. What have you been doing to be active in the activism for anti-bullying and autism? Like what events have you been part of?
Well, okay, so for the last month, I've actually been focused on getting my two of my kids back into college. So now that they're in college and my little guy's in school, now I'm pivoting back into that. One of the things that I will be doing is having meetings with senators and state representatives about language for an anti-bullying bill for our state. So that's part of what's going on. The other thing is I will start back up doing some lives about anti-bullying. So that's what I'm working on next.
That's really great to hear. So, what is your light at the end of the tunnel, you think?
Wow. Is there a light? We hope so, right? Okay, baby, I'm almost ready. The light at the end of the tunnel would be, I really think programs in schools that are effective, really effective. And it's not just teaching about bullying. It's something that it's going to go into action, like if you have an alcoholic, you have to put them through a program to rehabilitate them, correct? So why
Yeah.
not have something like that for a bully, and have them,
And for students in general, just to add to that, in my opinion, there should be classes like mental health classes and sensitivity training and other
Yes.
classes that can prepare students for what they're going to face in life. And I think it should be a requirement to graduate to also go through those classes.
I think you're right on something. They made people when sex abuse and in the workplace became so bad, they have now it's across the country. Every office had to go through training, right? Every corporation So why not make this a mandate? So I think that would be something that would be the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think having curriculum built around teaching kids how to process their emotions and manage themselves and be able to understand that what they're feeling, other people are going to be feeling, and what other people are going to be feeling, and so to help them process, so they can because they can take those tools with them into relationships with someone else, into having better marriages, being a better parent, being a better coworker. You know what I mean? So
and
all
learn
of
to
that
be
can,
sensitive to others too.
absolutely, and that would be part of that training, is how to be sensitive to others, and be kind. We need to be kind.
And people need to also learn how to protest in a way that's nonviolent. And that's what one of my biggest heroes did, Martin Luther King Jr.
Right, he did, to protest for empowerment in an empowering way.
Yeah. You want to hear something that I used to do in school that I wish a lot of my former schoolmates would take on, like even to this day? It was a Martin Luther King march every Martin Luther King Day week. I used to do that in elementary school, and I remember doing it and taking it on, and I still hold those values to this day.
I think that's really a very positive thing. So I wonder how to suggest that for I wonder how to make that suggestion to schools and students. That would be a really great suggestion to make.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work to do.
There is, but you and I are both making a difference, and so is Andy and others.
Yes. And that's what we're trying to do. That's our goal. And we hope we can put at least a dent somewhere that will, and then maybe there's another one and another one and another one, that just builds upon itself, would be just fantastic.
Definitely. So that's
Yeah.
all we have for now, but we thank you for coming on.
Thank you. And thank you for being graceful to my environment.
No
So,
problem. I remember when I used to do stuff like that.
yeah. Do you want to say bye to everybody? Bye.
Bye. So I'll see you
That's who
soon.
we are. Okay. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. I'm so grateful I could come on.
No problem. We're glad to have you. So everybody, please check out Mary Jackson on her Facebook. Please hit like and subscribe and comment as well. And we'll see you next week for the next episode of Relentless and Unstoppable.